Hey Libra, this is your general tarot reading for Libra Sun, Moon or Ascendant or Rising sign for the month of March. Libra, let's do what we always do. We're going to shuffle the cards and wait on the right ones to come out for you, my love. And in the meantime, we're going to talk about the energies that you may feel throughout the month. So Libra, yeah, we left February with a big full moon in your 12th house, where you just had a real moment where you were so overstretched, overworked, too much going on, too many things that you needed to fulfill, that there was a pressure moment where you just looked up at the clock and said, oh my God, would you look at the time? It's, I don't want to do any more of this shit o'clock. And you just said, I need to take a total time out. I need to rest, absolutely rest. I need to relax and I need to recover because I've been working, high adrenaline, lots of information, lots of things that needed to be resolved, sorted out, dealt with, you know, watching the calendar. I need to be there at this time. I need to be keeping up. And you said, enough. I'm not doing this. I can't do it. It has stressed me out so much that I want to be quiet. I want to be silent. And I want everybody to just get the hell away from me, so that I can have quiet, reflective time and really get back into a good flow zone where I'm using my intuition and using my inner senses to feel out where I should go next and how I should approach my work life, even my health, how I should manage everything in my life so better that it's streamlined, organized, that even if I don't show up a day in work, that the system is so in place that it doesn't matter, that it'll just take care of itself. So you have the Sun and Mercury as we go into the month in the 6th house, giving you this real opportunity now to focus on organizing, getting your health taken care of. If you need to go to a health practitioner this month, it's a great time to do that. If you need to sit down with all your paperwork, all your documents, all your household bills and look through them to perhaps see where you might be getting a raw deal, a bad deal. So your mind is sharp. The energy here, Libra, this month is all about going deeper, going beneath what looks normal and using an eagle eye to find the absolute correct and most important details of something, sifting out all the other shit and just going with that. It's specific details that matter now, specific work that matters now, specific attention to everything you're doing that matters now. And anything that can be cut away and chopped away, this is the month to do it. Because, I mean, you've got a lot going on this month, Libra, a lot of really good stuff going on. You have Mercury on March 5th retrograding. I know, when we hear Mercury retrograding, it's like batten down the hatches, here it comes, any old crazy shit can happen, and it might. But luckily for you, you have the energy of Mercury retrograding in the 6th house. So if you keep this as your main focus this month, Libra, of having a sharp eye and not taking anything at face value, go deeper. If somebody's trying to sell you a house, sell you a home, you know, say, oh, well, this is my dream home. Don't get swept away by the illusion. Say, I love this, but show me every detail. Show me if there's a crack in the wall. Show me, you know, what the maintenance costs are. Show me. And you might find that what is presented as a wonderful dream, when you go right into the details, it's like, I would have really been suckered if I hadn't have noticed that. So you're noticing the real important details. But I like too, you're going back and you're having a rethink about your health. You're having a rethink about how to maintain your body, how to keep yourself fit and healthy, even to take care of your digestion, the food that you eat. It's go back and have a real look at this again, Libra, so that you are really, you know, working at your highest optimal levels here. So it's good. Now there is a new moon on March 6th in Pisces, again in your 6th house. Libra, something radical is going to change in your work, because you don't want to have the same stress that you had before. You're opening up now to seeing a new way to do your work, or if it's not working at all for you, then there's got to be a new place for you to go. And your mind is on it, so go for it and use the energy of this month to do that. And I wish you great luck if you do find a new job, Libra, because it seems to be the right time for that, the right time to get into a better groove, a better system, a better way of organizing your life, finding a job that's closer to home, perhaps, that it's got to make sense. Everything has to make sense to you this month. If it doesn't make sense, you're not bothered. You're not bothered. So use that, yeah. Now, your first card that hops out. I'm not surprised, Libra, the Tower. Uranus on March 6th, after being, seven years, I think it was, in Aries, is now moving into Taurus and will stay there for approximately 7 or so years. And it's moving into your 8th house of absolute transformation. Taurus has a lot to do with money, security, your possessions, the things you value, your own self-worth and self-esteem. This is going to radically, radically change for you. Change totally for you. There's going to be a whole different dynamic for you. A sudden kind of going up a gear, Libra, into getting your control back in what you're doing in your life. Getting control back of your finances. Getting control back of your long-range money. Control of other people's money. Maybe for those of you in a relationship, you suddenly find that the power shifts where you're the one now that's responsible for keeping the house together. And you have to take care of your partner. In some cases, that's the way. But it's also a sexual revolution. It's the things that you tried to suppress, the things that you didn't want to face, that you didn't want to deal with. They all come up to the surface, Libra, and they're all going to get dealt with. And what will they do? They'll give you a liberation. It's a shocking liberation to you of love, of relationships, of getting in with the right partnerships, of realizing also that you can't do everything on your own. You need other people's help too. And you might find this is a real time where you begin to see that you're connecting with real quality people, real people who want to stick around and be a support for you in your life, particularly for those of you who've been in business alone, taking care of an elderly person, a disabled person, or a child on your own. You know, this is a real moment where you say, enough, I cannot manage all of this on my own. I now need support. I need financial support. I need other people to come in and help me with my business. I need this to grow, and I recognize that in order for this to happen, I need to welcome other people into my life who add to my tribe, who add to my village. And that is going to take me into the revolution for my future. So Libra, it's exciting. Now, for some of you, this could be a real moment. Yeah, I know. A real moment where a magnetic, incredible person or situation enters your life and changes you up. A new lover could start appearing. Now, this is a long-term thing. You may not see it happen in March, but the door has been kicked open, Libra, where somebody could just suddenly enter your life and awaken so many things that you hadn't tapped into before, intimately, sexually, in terms of your deepest expressions of yourself. Exciting times. But either way, it's a transformation, big money transformation, big transformation in how you get support from other people, and it will matter, and it will change you for the better. But I will warn you, if there is any kind of things in your life that really need to die now, relationships that have way gone past their sell-by date, things that you're doing financially, or some things that are way past their sell-by date and you're just ticking along, prepare yourself, Libra, because this is the beginning of the end of that. If you're in a relationship where the love is gone, there's no intimacy, but you're just sticking with each other, prepare yourself. You could find that something comes in and changes that and says, Libra, what are you doing there? You're not alive, you're not awake, you're not expressing yourself on your deepest level. Get the hell out of there and get into this relationship, which is magnetic, which is luring you and drawing the best of you out. Libra, this is huge. This is exciting. It's exciting, but definitely buckle up, baby, because it's going to be a bumpy ride. It really is, really. But you'll get the best of it, I know you will. Now, Venus, of course, let's talk about your ruler. We enter the month with Venus in Aquarius. So you're doing good things, fun things with groups of people. You've got your friends close around you, and you could be doing some event, some party, lots of going out for dinners, meeting up for coffees, kind of getting a good social vibe going on with people that think like you, that get you, that have a bit of buzz about them, that stimulate you, and you're getting good fun there. So there could be lots of fun things happening with a group of people. Like I said, the start of the month, is it that, yeah, maybe it's a Piscean birthday that you've been invited to, or some big event, but you're enjoying it. You're getting a good sense of fun and pleasure this month, Libra. And then March 26th, Venus, your ruler, moves into Pisces, again into the 6th house. So focus this month, Libra. Don't let anybody pull the wool over your eyes. Don't let partners, friends, or anybody palm you off with some sort of an illusion. Get to the details. Get to the truth of every situation. Don't let any important piece of information pass you by, and don't be suckered in by people who are giving you irrelevant information, as this card hops out. Yeah, irrelevant. Your work is changing. That is absolutely for sure, your work. Now, Mercury does go direct again, March 26th, good news. So you've sorted something out with your work by the end of the month. It's this thing of you've streamlined it. You found the sweet spot that makes it work right. You found the right tools, the right way, the right system, the right way to communicate, the right people. You've just found what you've been looking for in terms of getting on with your work. So that's fabulous. Fabulous. Now, March 20th, Sun goes into Aries, into your house of relationships. So there is a bit of healing that might happen here. Maybe there was a bit of a up, down, up, down. That's probably why you were spending a lot of time hanging out with your friends. Maybe because the relationship wasn't going so well. But by the 20th, you feel that you can get that back in gear again. So that's good. At the end of the month, March 31st, Mars in Gemini. I think it's time you really took a holiday, a vacation. Really, Libra. I think that your mind needs it, your nerves need it. You need a break. You really do. You need to be able to get enthusiastic and fired up again about something that educates you, that teaches you something valuable. Now, a vacation can do that because it's a total change of scenery and perspective. But in some cases, by the end of the month, when you realize that so much has to change within your workspace, and now that the game is on to make big money for your future, with Uranus going into Taurus in your 8th house, you want to go back and learn more. You want to up your skills, up your knowledge, so that you're able to go in and play with the big boys and the big girls in the big game. The big game. Libra, I love it. So now that's what I'm going to focus on there, Libra. We've only 4 cards, 5 cards as another one hops out. I'm going to choose. By the way, you know, your first 4 cards are major arcana. So I think you're going to really feel this right from the start of the month, Libra. There are changes are coming. Really, really. And all for the better. All for the better. 4 major arcana and 2 queens. Okay, I'm going to... And then the moon. I'm going to start choosing if the cards let me just choose, okay? Yeah, moon, sun, Gemini. You do have Mars going into Gemini. I'll say this too, some of you might be quite attracted to the energy of Gemini this month. Yeah, maybe some of you are planning on going on a vacation with a Gemini, but there's something that Gemini might be able to show you, teach you, explain to you, open up for you on a deep level. They're able to communicate, and they might teach you how to communicate something that you couldn't quite communicate before. So Gemini might be a good teacher for you this month. Yeah, one more card, Libra. Temperance. Okay, so that's it. Let's look over now, my beauty, over to the big, ta-da, grand overview. So, excuse me. So I did say to you, Libra, the Tower. This is where something looks like it's an absolute disaster. It looks like it's falling down. It looks like nothing is going right. I mean, you're trying to pick up the pieces and it keeps falling. In a relationship, in your work life, something, managing your everyday life, managing the duties that you have. It's like, it's too much. Yeah, as I said to you earlier, Libra, it's been way too freaking much. And you are right, without any guilt, to say, I don't have to do X, Y, and Z anymore. I'm only focusing on the key things, and that's what gets my attention, and that's enough. And you're right to do that, Libra, because you're going to start seeing things fall around you. It's an illusion that's falling around you. An illusion that you bought into, that you believed, that people presented to you. People tried to pawn you off with something. And suddenly, with this eagle eye you have this month, you're realizing that not all was what it was presented as. Not all is as it seems. And it might hurt. I mean, this might hurt. But it has to happen, Libra. You don't want to labor under some false illusion anymore. With your health also, you don't want to be burning the candle at every end and making yourself so stressed out because there's only one of you. You can't do it all. So something has to give here to make way for the new changes that are coming. It begins. This, I can't stress enough, Libra. This is such a big change coming for you. And you are so wise this month if you stop everything, and sit down at a table with a pen, paper, every document, even legal documents, contracts, things that are thrown at you, and do not accept what you skim through when you read it. Do not accept the first thing. Go deeper, dig, and that will help you as you begin going through this process. You see, this is a Virgo card, 6th house energy of taking that real time out, not having anybody around you. When we see silver or grey in tarot, it's to do with wisdom, the ability to be prudent, to be able to discern something, to really engage your highest practical wisdom. And this is what he's doing. He's shrouded, covering himself up from the world. And he's saying, get away, because I have to examine. I'm holding up my light. Now I'm supported. I have the staff which is supporting me. I know that through this journey I'm supported all the way. I know that. And I know with Uranus moving this month that extra support is coming. So I'm going to be smart, and as the pieces fall, as the smoke clears, as the debris is scattered, I'm going to examine everything. And if people have been making a fool of me, I'm going to see it. If people have been trying to use me, I'm going to see it. If people have put all of their problems on my shoulders and played like a wounded animal and pretended that they couldn't take care of themselves and I took care of them, I'm going to see that. I'm not going to be fooled anymore. Oh, Libra, this is big. You are not going to be fooled anymore. You're not going to be fooled. We so far have the energy of Virgo, Gemini, and now Leo. But I think this is Mercury at work. There's a few meanings. Let me go with this. Both of these cards are mercurial cards, the Hermit and the Lovers, Virgo and Gemini. And I think, you remember I said a moment ago, Gemini might be very key or instrumental in helping you, and also a Virgo. They may be helping you to sift through lots of information, lots of details, lots of things that it's a bit overwhelming to try to grasp the absolute truth of a situation. Gemini and Virgo are masters at that, and they could be helping you to do that. They may give you the strength to move on from something that has been a bit of a catastrophe. Libra, I think because you're such you're a person who likes to keep everything in balance. You like things to be kept in a kind of status quo. And I think that you've been sacrificing way too much of yourself to keep something going that should have been long dealt with. Libra, I don't know why I'm getting this feeling that you have been used for a very, very, very long time. And that can be both positive and negative. And you say used, positive, in a sense, if you are taking care of somebody, if you're somebody's carer to a child or somebody that needs extra care, you will of course be used in some way. And that's the positive way where you've been used. You've had to facilitate somebody, okay? And then there's the negative, of course, of being used by somebody in work, for what you have, for your money, for certain things, for your looks, for your beauty. You've been used. Somebody has been using you and not pulling their weight. And you're going to wake up to that. And if it's a case of, like I said, the positive of being used, you're going to realize that you can now step into a place where you have more choices to get people to help you and give you more strength, to offer their support to you. And if you've been used negatively, then you're going to get the strength to deal with this. But first you've got to see it. You see, this is the thing, Libra. Before you can allow this Tower moment to happen, you've got to sift through the information. You've got to see it. It's got to be shown to you. And that might feel tough. It might feel painful. It might be a bunch of people coming at you and saying you're doing all that wrong. We told you that relationship wasn't working. We told you the way you were doing your job wasn't working. We told you the way you were spreading yourself so thin wasn't working. We told you. But now this month you're listening, you hear it. It's presented to you. But it also gives you a moment after the truth comes to see what your new choices are and to go with that and to give you strength. See, after the Tower falls, you're given strength. That's why I'm really sure that whatever's going to fall, it has to fall, because it seems that that was making you weak. When it falls, you get strength, more choices, more places to go. More places to go. Yeah. For some of you, you really now need, with Uranus moving into the 8th house Taurus, you need somebody who's there for you, who'll support you. You don't want a half-assed relationship. You don't want somebody who's always in and out of crisis. You don't want somebody who's always demanding. You're prepared to be part of a real rock-solid relationship as long as the other person is committed to you, as long as in some way, shape or form, they build you up and give you some sort of support and strength. Love must give you strength. If it is taking away your strength, it has to go, Libra. But with Uranus on the move, I think it's going to go at some point. It's just beginning. But here we have you, the two queens, turning their back to each other. Earth and air. Here we have you finally understanding that you have to start taking care of your health, your body, your presence, You have to start taking care of your name, your reputation. You have to start taking care of your money, your finances. And the Queen is here to say, we've got this, Libra. I know what's going to happen. I know how we bring this into the future. You're going to see changes coming, but you're going to have to work. She's also somebody who's not afraid to work. But she is very sensual. She is somebody that wants the luxury in life, the good things in life. You want to attract, again, it's this thing, you want to attract solid people in your life, people who you trust, people who matter to you in all arenas of your life. You do not want useless, superficial people in your life anymore. You don't want it. It's got to be all about the money now. It's got to be all about the luxury. It's got to be all about making a future of quality for yourself in relationships, in everything, Libra. It's got to be. But this card says mid-month you are definitely going to start seeing that the money is kind of coming to you. You're going to start seeing like a good vibe where it's like the first moment you start playing with this new idea of making more money, taking care of yourself a bit better, taking care of your name. I don't know why that keeps coming up, but your reputation and your name, maybe business name, taking care of that, taking care of how you work, streamlining, organizing. You're going to see the rewards. Some of you might see the rewards when you change your work. Get a pay rise. You need it. You demand it. It's about time. You're not working for nothing, Libra. You need to start seeing the physical returns of all the hard work you've been putting in, and you will. You will. But you're ready to leave behind Aquarius season. It got a bit tricky, I think, for you. A little bit tricky. Some relationships got a bit tricky. Some cross words were had. Some communications that were a bit harsh. Trying to sidestep people, trying to keep your mouth closed and not wanting to jump in and attack. So there was a kind of a real moment where you felt under attack. Yeah, maybe you felt under attack, but you're leaving that behind. You're leaving it behind because this is a smoother vibe, it seems, that you're going into, Libra, a smoother vibe. But this is also a card of protection. You're being protected, and right beside that is the moon and this card, Moon and Gemini card. Again, Gemini is featuring here. You're being protected. You're being very much protected by your friends and maybe even a new love. If you've met somebody new recently, Libra, they could be quite protective over you too. But you feel very, very protected by all the air signs, Gemini, Aquarius particularly. But you're not going to be like this again. You're not going to be in that zone where you're overworked, where you're hurt, you're damaged, you're fooled. This is the card of deception and being fooled. I think some of you do have an Aquarius sun, moon or ascendant, or a Gemini sun, moon or ascendant, who are trying to point something out to you, Libra. I hate to say this, but I think somebody is leading you down a merry path. I think somebody's fooling you, maybe in the work space, maybe in a relationship, and you've been told. It's not a surprise because people have tried to tell you. But this month you're being shown. When it comes to contracts too, legal things, documents, bills, where your money is being kind of shared in the household, so on, that there could be some trickery going on there. And again, like I said to you before, go through all your bills and documents so that you're not fooled. It's detail, detail, detail. Organization and focus on the right details are going to shock you, Libra. Because I do believe that when the people were at you, trying to get you to see something and you were brushing them off, I think this is the month where you will understand that they were right. And I think you'll get a big turnaround from that. A big turnaround. Now, towards the end of the month, there is this wonderful feeling of more security coming in. You have 2 4s, the expansion of something positive in your life, the expansion of something that you're proud of in your life, something you're passionate about. So if you've got projects going on in work, maybe you've changed work by the end of the month and now you're more passionate about it. You feel more secure, maybe got a more secure contract. Maybe all your contracts, your cell phone contract, your internet contract is now better, so you're feeling more secure because you're not going to waste your money anymore. And you're not going to waste your time anymore. It's almost like there was a huge amount of time wasting going on here, Libra, that you weren't aware of because you were so busy trying to keep everything afloat, to keep everything moving, to keep relationships together, to keep everything on track. Excuse me. You didn't realize that there was a lot of time wasting and a lot of gullibility, Libra. You believed somebody when they presented something to you. And that's unusual because you're not really a gullible person. And I think that's why it might be quite a shock to you. We get the opening card, the Tower. You might say, oh my God, they've taken advantage of me. I'm going to fix that. I'm going to remedy that. And I'm going to start looking for people now who only care for me. Only care for me. You're getting far more sensible with your time and money. That's a big win for you if you do that, Libra. I'm very proud of you because this is the month of sorting out. It's the month of organization. It's the month of cleaning house. Your own physical body, cleaning that through better fitness, better diet, cleaning your finances. Because when they're clean, maybe even paying off some debts. When your finances are clean and above board, all paid back, money in, money out, you know it, it's all accounted for, all your taxes are done, your receipts are perfect, it's all done. Then you can start sitting down and using the Uranus and Taurus and the 8th house energy and saying, now with this extra money I have, where am I going to put that for my future? How am I going to play with this? How am I going to invest this? You get smarter, and you are smart, Libra, so you're going to just up that game more. In terms at the end of the month, I'd say in terms of your home, something really positive will come for those of you trying to change up home, do something within your home. The cleaner you are with your finances, and the more that it's this thing of having an eagle eye. The sharper you are, Libra, the more positive things are going to turn out for you in some home issue. Okay? Get that eagle eye sharp. Now, towards the end of the month, when you do that, when you organize your health, your finances, and streamline your work life better and your energy better, you'll realize that you're over the worst of it. You will be looking back and saying, how did I do that to myself? How did I keep going like that? How did I manage to work so much? How did I manage to give so much of myself? I had no idea how hard it was on my body. I had no idea what I was doing to myself. But I get it now, and I am not going to do that anymore. The hard work, the worst of it is over. I'm going to only focus on reaping the benefits now. But here's a very Sagittarius card, 9th house type card. The very end of the month, Mars goes into Gemini in the 9th house. You do need a break. You need to be able to flow and communicate better with truth. I'm not saying you're not telling the truth, Libra. I think that other people need to come clean. It's almost like you've indulged a lot of people who dance around the truth. Like they promise you X, Y, and Z, but you can't pin them down to it. But you indulge them because you like them. Maybe you're in a relationship with them. And this is the month, Libra, where truth must be told. Things must be seen. So that you can get on with your life. And not to let anybody make a fool of you anymore. And there's almost the feeling here also, Libra, of people, you've a bunch of people around you who don't seem to know what's going on in their own life. And you have been trying to solve their problems in some way. Or you've been trying to keep them buoyed up in some way. And there has to be a moment where you realize, this is draining my frickin' energy. Come out with it. Tell me the truth. Are you just wasting my time and your time? Come out with it. I mean, is this work going anywhere? You promised me a promotion. You promised me a raise. I mean, is it going to happen? Tell me, give me a date. When is it going to happen? You've promised me that if I did this work, that work, or if I did X, Y, and Z, that I'd get this reward. When is it going to happen? You promised me you'd help me financially. You promised me you'd help me take care of this person, this child. When is it going to happen? Don't tell me what I'm doing wrong. Thank you very much. I see the truth now. I get it. You stop criticizing and now get on with your own life and stop dragging out of me. It's a bit like that, Libra. Lots and lots of truth. At the very end of the month, there could be, again, you've got people helping you. You've got, I think, definitely Gemini, Aquarius, maybe Leo, maybe Sagittarius, maybe Virgo, helping you. You've a lot of people around you that are more than prepared to step in and help. But first you have to admit a few things. You have to admit the state of affairs as they are first. You have to then admit that you need help. You need other people's help. It's information, going through details. And Gemini and Sagittarius and Virgo, maybe even Leo, will give you the strength that you need to do that. Maybe Aquarius also. But there's a lot going on, Libra, a lot going on this month. Big changes. I see it all down here. And of course, you know what to do, Libra. This is just the general landscape of what's going on in the month. You want to know the details about love, because I see that's important for you this month. You want to know the details if you're single. Will there be new love? That's important. Definitely with Uranus changing into your sexual revolution house. You want to know about your career, about your money, about family, friends. You know what to do now, Libra. You come to the general, or to the deep read, should I say, on VIMEO, all linked down below, and we go through all of that. We open it all up and get right into the details, which is what you're all about this month, of what the hell is going on, so that you can make better decisions. So that's the VIMEO readings, deep read, all linked down there below, Libra. Come along and we'll open it all out and see what the hell is going on. In the meantime, my beauty, I'm going to leave you with that, and I'm going to remind you to sharpen that eagle eye. Get it done and dusted once and for all, and that will take you somewhere very, very positive. My beauty, have a wonderful, wonderful month, and hopefully I'll see you on the deep read. Until next month, my beauty, a big love and a great big kiss from me to you. Mwah! Bye, my gorgeous.